U.S. presidential candidate Barack Obama has a powerful and influential new supporter. George Bush's former Secretary of State, Colin Powell, says he endorses the Democratic candidate, and Obama says Powell will have an advisory role in his administration. Now, Powell is a Republican, but he says Obama's ideas are more inclusive, and he represents a generational change the country needs.
I think that Senator Obama brings a fresh set of eyes, fresh set of ideas to the table. I think that Senator McCain, as gifted as he is essentially going to execute the Republican agenda, the orthodoxy of the Republican agenda, with a new face and with a maverick approach to it.
Obama welcomed the endorsement, which gives his camp some military and foreign relations clout.
A great soldier, a great statesman, a great American, has endorsed our campaign for change.
Powell's endorsement deals a stunning blow to Republican candidate John McCain. It also came just hours after Obama's team announced it raised $150 million in September. That's $84 million more than it raised the month before. With a look at what the Powell endorsement will mean to Obama's campaign, let's speak with Solon Simmons. He teaches at George Mason University, specializing in American politics. So clearly, Colin Powell feels Obama is ready to be commander-in-chief. Does this mitigate John McCain's assertion that he is not ready?
I think that it helps exactly in that way. If you think about John McCain's major campaign strategy now, it's to plant a seed of doubt about Barack Obama's judgment and his ability to be commander-in-chief. Now, Colin Powell, being one of the few people who was not a president to have a doctrine named after him, carries a lot of weight, and that is carried through even after the debacle at the UN, in which he lost some of his cachet. Watching him, you see what a powerful figure he is, and he's going to be able to vouch for many of those people who are concerned and who are wondering if this is the person that they can vote for at this late stage of the game. And in the last 2 weeks, many people do still make up their minds, and this could be a big factor, I believe.
Well, is it a big enough factor to turn the independent-minded voters away? We're starting to see some of the battleground states turn blue, so this is going to help?
I think that it could well help, and I think that it helps because John McCain's last gambit is trying to get voters to vote their aspirations, not their expectations, to focus on Joe the plumber, to believe that maybe they too will one day make $250,000, even though a plumber in Ohio really only makes $47,000, as we've learned. These are the things that McCain is trying to plant, and he's trying to undermine the ideological agenda of Barack Obama to bring back progressive taxation, an environment in which the wealthy have done quite well for a long time. And that line is still quite powerful and works well also with the concerns about Barack Obama as an African-American or mixed-race candidate, and also as a person who's with no military experience. Well, and so Powell helps in those respects. And
what role do you see Powell playing in an Obama administration?
Well, it's not really clear, and if you watch both Colin Powell's performance on Meet the Press, where he clearly demonstrates he would play a role. But Obama, having watched him for a while, it seems to me he has not made up his mind, and many of those slots may already be filled. But my question is, will Colin Powell be in that 30-minute infomercial that Obama is going to be airing soon, in which where he's bought up all the airwaves? And what role will he play? He won't stump for him. I think that's pretty clear, because Powell does not want to be a politician at this point. He opted out of that. He wants to be a leader. And so we'll have to watch and see that.
Now, Barack Obama accused John McCain of running out of ideas. Do you agree with that?
Well, the accusation is there because McCain is running on character issues and associations more than ideas. And the ideas that matter to people right now have to do with the economy. John McCain is famous for not being an economic leader. That is a person who doesn't understand much about what to do in the economy. And in his actions, which were seen as erratic, he demonstrated that to many people. And his choice of Sarah Palin has undermined his sense of judgment. So it's boiled down to an old-fashioned Republican character campaign, and that's behind that accusation.
Well, Colin Powell expressed disappointment in many decisions that McCain had made. The choice of vice president was one of them. But given her popularity, how many voters do you think that would sway?
Well, her popularity has waned as of late, and people are becoming concerned. And I think that one of the ways that the conservative base is going to try to spin this is to say, well, he's an African American. It makes sense that he's sided with an African American. But here I think that we might learn from that experience. It's always easy to feel the hunger in your own belly, but you have to look to others to feel the hunger in theirs. And if civil rights leaders like Congressman Lewis and now Colin Powell are saying some of the rhetoric has been over the top and has stoked concerns among them, maybe we ought to be paying attention. And I think people are going to pay a little more attention because he's not, Colin Powell is no cynical figure.
Are you expecting anybody else to follow suit and endorse Obama from the other side?
Well, no one springs to mind. This is perhaps one of the biggest we had left because Colin Powell not only is or has been a Republican for his adult life, but also because he helped to justify the war in Iraq. So I don't think anyone else could compete. Even Senator Kennedy wasn't as big as this one.
And we have to leave it there. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us today.
Thanks, Kate.